They can also handle any type of golf tournament or just a corporate or small group function. Lonnie Reese, the PGA Pro and manager, also has golf lessons for people of all ages. Call or visit Saddle Ridge Golf Club today. Tell them you heard about them on Big Boyz Toys and receive a special discount on that next great round of golf. Charter West Mortgage, Highway 231, Pell City, Alabama, are your mortgage specialists in the surrounding area. Lynn Miller and his staff are loan professionals in VA, FHA, and first-time mortgages. They also do second mortgages on your current home loan. They also assist families who have some credit problems, working with them over a few months period of time, trying to help them rebuild their credit so a home can be purchased. So when you find that home of your dreams, call Lynn Miller and his staff today, and they will help you make your dreams come true. Tell him I told you to call 205-338-5555. You know, Piggly Wiggly, that's a name you've heard ever since you was a child. I've heard it since I was a child. It's a grocery store above all grocery stores. It has just about anything you want in the Piggly Wiggly stores. Go by the local Piggly Wiggly store in Odenville, Center, Cedar Bluff, Collinsville, and the brand new store down in Asheville, and tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by, and you want to see how much money you can save on your grocery bill. They have a meat department and a fresh produce department in each and every store, fresh produce each and every day, and they cut their meat right there on their location. Tell them I sent you by. Next vehicle, Joe Tarpley, a 1955 Chevy Bel Air. Joe, welcome to Big Boyz Toys.
Nice to be here.
I love two-tones 55. If they watch Big Boyz Toys, I'll tell you, I love two-tone 55s. Tell me about your car.
Well, it's I've got a 350 Ramjet fuel injection engine in it. It's a crate motor from General Motors. Got a turbo 350 transmission in it. It's got a 69 Chevelle rear end in it. I put a lot of electronics in it. The old paint on the car has been on it 22 years.
22 years?
22 years. Interior's been on it 22 years also.
Now, some of the electronics, what'd you do, switch the speedometer and stuff like that out, or?
Just gauges and different things inside there.
Now, where are you from?
From Villa Rica, Georgia.
You know, there's a lot of them made, but would you ever imagine in 65 what the 55 Chevrolets would be worth and how many people would want them in 2000?
I sure would.
I mean, because they made so many of them, and it's not like, you know, some of the newer cars, some of the new cars built now, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years from now, they might be the same way.
Oh, sure.
But in the last 10 years, the old cars have just, boom, car shows, cruise-ins, everywhere.
Absolutely. I actually went through Chevrolet plant when they were building these cars in 55 at the old Lakewood assembly plant. My father worked there. And they were building the Corvettes there also at the same time. So I actually went through there and saw them being built.
Now, how long have you had this one?
I've had it about 7 years, and then the guy that had it before me had it 20 years. I've done a lot of things to it, but it was already in pretty good shape.
Now, to me, it looks like a 58 steering wheel. Is that what's on it?
No, 60 Chevrolet.
Okay, look, well, I wasn't far off. But I think the 58, 59, 60 is about the same thing.
Right, they got real popular. Quite a few people are changing them out now.
And you could actually get the two-tones in them, too.
Oh, yeah.
The actual steering wheel was two-tone.
Sure.
55, I don't think they had two-tone
No,
steering
they were
wheels.
solid.
It was all solid. Anything else you want to do with the car?
Probably going to end up putting bucket seats in it and put a console in it.
Why did you pick the 55?
I've always liked it. Like I said, I went through the General Motors plant when they were being built and everything, and as a kid, and I've always liked them. My brother's got a 57 Chevrolet, but I've always liked the 55s.
Now, probably in Georgia, here in Alabama, all the short car shows you go to, you probably noticed like I have here lately, a lot of people's fixing up the four-door 55s,
right,
56 and 57, because they want a 55, but they can't find a two-door.
That's true.
So they're going to the four-door, fixing up the four-door, and they're making them more original. They're not going to kind of, like this one, put mags, different stuff on a four-door. They kind of keeping it original, but the reason they're doing it is because you can't find
That's
a
true,
two-door.
very much so. They just can't find them much anymore.
And if you find one, they know what it's worth.
Absolutely.
Don't try to say, I'll give you $100 for it.
That's the truth.
Because they'll laugh at you.
Absolutely.
Because they know. Do you plan on repainting it any time? Because the paint on it looks good to be on there that long.
Probably in another year or two, probably will paint it.
Now, what's some of the shows you've been to with this one?
Gosh, we've been to so many shows. We go to all the different cruise-ins, just about all over Georgia and different shows. We have a club in Villa Rica, Golden City Cruisers, and we put on shows every year, but we go to shows everywhere.
Now, when you see a lot of 55s at the shows?
Oh yeah, quite a few of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of 55s out there, but if you go to buy one like this, people, they ask me all the time, say, Barry, if you get a 55 street rotted out a little bit, mag wheels fixed up nice, can you buy one for about $15,000. I said, you want to buy the tires on it, or what do you want to buy?
That's about the truth.
You can't do it.
No, you sure can't.
You better get in the billfold deep if you want to buy a 55 looks like this, unless you want to do it yourself.
Absolutely.
I tell them all the time, if you've got a old car and you want to restore it or street rod it, go buy you a street rod.
Absolutely.
Because if you go paying somebody to work on it, if you don't know how to be a mechanic, you don't know nothing about interior, and you can't paint, you're going to pay for it.
Absolutely. That's where you save most of your money doing it yourself. If you can't do it yourself, you're going to spend a lot of money.
Now, a lot of people fix them up like this, keep them 4, 5, 6 years. They want to fix something else up.
Sure.
So they sell it.
Oh, yeah.
And get something else.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, good looking 55. Appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back. Let me tell you a place right here on Highway 431 North in Glencoe that has everything you need in one location. S&S Smoke Shop and Spirits has everything from cigarettes, cigars, and the largest selection of your favorite cold beverages. They have all types of liqueurs and any type of mixes you need for your next party to make it a great success for you and your friends. They also have novelty items such as candles, die-cast cars, and the smallest gift to the largest gift for that special occasion. Stop by today and see Kathy or one of her sales staff. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toyz sent you by. The next time you plan a special event of any kind and you need portable toilets, hand washing stations, or the holding tanks, Max Vax here in Oxford, Alabama on Hamrick Drive is the ones you turn to. They operate 24/7 and have several trucks, about 40 of them, and can handle all of your portable sanitation needs from start to finish of your special event. So call Rhonda, Chad, or Randall today at Max Vax and tell them Barry Miller told you to give them a call. Ray City Diner, exit 168 off of I-20 on Highway 77 right there in Lincoln, Alabama. Best steaks around. I tell you what, Wanda McKeag and her staff have great food in this restaurant. They are open 24 hours a day, breakfast served 24 hours a day. Each and every week, steak special. You guys working down in that area, she has lunch specials each and every day. Also, now through October, bike night every Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Tuesday night. You guys bring the bikes out, listen to music, enjoy the great food. We'll see you at Ray City Diner in Lincoln, Alabama. Next vehicle, 1965 Chevy pickup, Danny Davis. Danny, welcome to Big Boyz Toyz.
Glad to meet you.
That truck sure sounded good when you pulled in here. Tell me about it.
65, 350, $700 full automatic with 308 limited slip rear end.
65 Chevy pickups. You don't see a lot of these out that people restore or straight rod out. Why this? Or have you had it a long time?
I've had it a long time.
Now, you didn't buy it new?
No.
But when you first bought it, did you fix it up like this, or did you just drive it?
I just drove it.
Drove it as everyday truck? No.
Everyday truck.
So you decided to
Fix it like this.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this one used to have a gas tank on the side.
Yes.
And I've interviewed one before that done the same thing. They move them to the back.
Fuel cell.
Right, to the back. That way you don't have the gas tank right behind you. And I asked him, I said, why'd you move the gas tank? Well, I didn't like riding around with a gas tank right behind the seat. I said, well, they done it for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Back in the the 60s, all the gas tanks was right behind
the seat.
You roll the seat up and there's a gas tank.
That's it.
But, they must have not had a lot of deaths or injuries because of it, because they kept building it for so many years. Did you just move it where the body would be more sleek coming down the sides of it? Or?
Well, I moved it where it'd have a little more room in the cab. You set the seats back.
Back a little farther.
Yeah.
Did you do the body work and all on this one?
No, I didn't. Fella out of Central Hatchie, Georgia, done it. Alton Stevens.
So you actually designed it, told him what you wanted?
Well, me and him both sort of negotiated on it.
Now that 350, it didn't sound like it was real stock.
It's not.
It's not. That's real simple. It ain't stock. Now, you drive this everywhere you go, or?
Just about every car show we go to, we drive it.
You drive it. How many gallons you get to the mile? I ain't gonna ask you miles to the gallon.
Very few.
Very few. And does this one you have to have certain gas in it, or just a regular high test unleaded?
Regular high test.
Some people can't run the high test. They've got to put additives or something in that gas. They can't run it.
Well, you can run high test in this.
Now, what color brown do you call that?
It's not brown. It's copperhead pearl.
See, I thought it was a brown. See, I'm slow. Copperhead pearl. Now, where'd you get that color off? A late model car?
No, I got it off a TV show truck.
Oh, okay. So you seen it on the show and say, hey, I wanted that color. Was it hard for them to mix it, or did you have to buy it to paint that color?
Well, yeah, you have to mix it, because that paint changes color.
So right now, it's that color. When the sun hits it, it's going to change again, or when it goes in the shade. Also, I noticed you put them side mirrors on it. They didn't come on that truck. Would they have little straight little mirrors up?
Straight on mirrors or little round ones.
Now, is them off another type of vehicle? Did you design them, or?
We ordered them out of California.
So you got a little bit of a lot of states on this truck.
Yeah, we took the vent windows out of it.
You just didn't want the vent windows?
We wanted solid windows.
So you wanted it different?
Different. That's what I wanted, a different truck.
Now, when you go out, when you started doing this, how long did it take him to do all the modifications? I know you got no door handles, you switched the mirrors, you switched the windows, you switched the back end, you switched everything.
Everything on it switched.
So he had to, how long did it actually take him to do all this switching?
15 months to do it all.
15 months to do it all? Did he do the airbrushing on the back too?
No, a feller by the name of David Pearson done it.
And these are your tail lights?
Yep.
Don't get too close to them, because you ain't gonna see them if you're too close.
That's it.
They're about that long. So if it gets too close, you ain't gonna see it. Now it's called copperhead.
Yeah.
You don't like snakes, do you?
That's the color of that paint.
I know that, but you don't, yeah. I started to say you don't like snakes, do you? Some of them people over in Georgia like snakes.
Well, they don't bother me.
It's three kinds of snakes I don't like. Dead snakes, live snakes, and a stick that looks like a snake. I mean, you take a stick coiled up like a snake and you run into that tree. I will. I'm going to get away from a snake. Snakes don't play. And they say, well, if you leave a snake alone, they'll leave you alone. That's a lie. A snake will bite you if you get close enough.
That's right.
Anything else you want to do to it?
No, I don't believe it.
It's just ready to go.
Yeah.
Is that your fan club sitting there?
Some of them.
Did they get to drive it in here or just ride in it?
No, they get look at it.
They get to
look at it.
Don't get to ride in it, don't get to drive it, just to watch you drive up the road.
That's it.
So there it goes. Hey, wave at you.
That's it.
Good looking vehicle. Appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys. First of all, I want to thank you for watching Big Boyz Toys, because it's you people watching the show and the sponsors that makes Big Boyz Toys. You see the sponsors on this backboard? These sponsors are what bring Big Boyz Toys to you each and every week. I mean, if you need anything, carpet, car, painted, whatever, any sponsor on this backboard that you need, give them a call today. Tell them you watch Big Boyz Toys, you appreciate them sponsoring the show, and you want to use their services. Also, we're getting our calendar ready for 2006. If you're watching this show, I don't care if you're in Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, Decatur, Coleman, wherever you're at, you've got a car show coming up in 2006, you'd like for us to come in and film at your car show and try to help bring more cars in there, give me a call today, 256-283-4404. And if I don't have something booked that day, guarantee you we'll try our best to come to your car show. So give me a call today. Thanks for watching.
Looking for great savings on new and pre-owned cars and trucks? Then head on over to Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC. Our courteous and knowledgeable sales team is ready to show you our huge selection of cars and trucks at out-the-door prices. Don't settle for our competition's offer. At Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC, we're committed to sales, service, and customer satisfaction. So head on over to Ron Newton's. We'll treat you right. That's Ron Newton Pontiac Cadillac GMC, top of the hill, Quintard.
Bates Food Mart right on Quintard Avenue, right beside China Luck before you go into Anniston. BP dealer for this area. Stop by and see Victor or Danielle Bates today for all of your convenience store needs. They have cigarette specials each and every week. Coke specials, whether it be the 12-pack or the liter, they're always on special at Bates Food Mart. Hey, also you notice he's got just about anything you need in that store. Snacks, cold beer, wines, all kinds of wines, specialty wines. Stop by today, see him, tell him Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. You know, after an accident, there's a lot of things on your mind. One thing is, hey, where am I going to get my car fixed? How long it's going to take? Most people don't realize you can request who you want to repair your vehicle. George and Bill at D&T Body Shop on Miller Lane in Anniston, right off the new bypass, will give you an estimate and try to get your vehicle fixed as soon as possible and have you back on the road. They have state-of-the-art equipment. They have PBG paint. They got a paint booth. They got framing machine. They do glass work. They do everything right there at D&T Body Shop. So give them a call today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys told you to call. Have a dream of getting away for the weekend with your family from the hustle and bustle? Turner's Outdoor Center right here in Stemley Bridge Road in Pell City, Alabama has the answer for you. They have a 36-foot SRV starting at just $350 per month. If you want something a little smaller, 24-footer starting at $160 per month. This is with no down payment and a super interest rate starting at 7.25%. Great part is no payment for 90 days. They service all of the units right there on their location. Hey, new location opening soon, Emory Crossroads and I-20. So give Billy Turner or one of his sales staff a call today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys told you to call. McCleskey Brothers is your #1 stop for everything you need to make that car of your dreams become an envy of everyone who sees it. They cater to auto body shops, but they also help the do-it-yourself people who want to work on their cars themselves. From DuPont Paint, 3M Products, McGuire Products, and the hottest thing on the market, Hot Hues, they have everything right there. They also have all the supplies such as paint guns, buffers, buffing pads, molding, even a large selection of pinstriping. With 2 locations to serve you, they cover most of Northeast Alabama. Give them a call today at any one of their locations and tell them Barry Miller told you to call. Next vehicle, 1947 Ford convertible, Grady Rice. Grady, welcome to Big Boyz Toys.
Well, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your car, Grady.
I built it in 1980. Got it on the road around 82, 83. And my wife asked me when I got home, I told her I was going to build me a street rod. She said, what's that?
She didn't
told
know.
her an old model car with late model motor in it. She said, what it cost? I said, about $3,000.
Told your wife to
But
be
my son was standing over there. He helped me when he was about 8 years old. He'd come down there in the basement and help me work on it every night.
So you've actually had the car how many years now?
Since 80.
80, so you've had it 26 years.
Probably put over 300,000 on it.
Have you restored it again? Or?
Yeah, 96, 97, and Tommy Barday with Timeless Rides over here in the center, he done the body work last time.
Where'd you get the color from?
My wife seen a Porsche sitting down in a drugstore, seen it sitting there 2 or 3 days, and I went down there and there's a lady who worked inside, and we asked her what color it was, and she said it was 67 Porsche blood orange.
Now, what size motor and all you run in?
I've got a 350, got the Vortex heads, intake and all on it. It's automatic transmissions, tilt, telescopic, power disc brake, power steering.
Got air on it?
4-way.
4-way.
Open all 4 windows, unzip the back one.
Let the top down and go for it.
Yeah.
Is that your wife standing over there?
Yeah.
Well, once you got done with the street rod, did you tell it cost you about $2,000? You saved $1,000?
Yeah. I could have built that first car as a 47 Ford 2-door sedan. I gave $250 for it. No rust, no dents, no nothing. I got the frame built and I run across this convertible.
I was telling a guy earlier up here, now you can't, the days of going out in the old barns and finding the old cars and buying them cheap is over. Because people know everybody's fixing up these cars. You ain't gonna buy them cheap. You're gonna pay for it.
Yeah. I gave $1,500 for that one when I bought it, and it didn't have no floor pan in it. It come out of a barn. We had to tear side the barn out to get it out. It was up in Emerson, Georgia.
I've talked to a lot of people. The days of finding them in the barns like that's over. You ain't gonna do that no more.
Nah. Every time I go buy a barn, though, I can take a look, see what I leave.
And a lot of people tell me they have had to tear a side of a barn out, had to tear this down.
Yeah.
Or when they found the car, half of the barn was laying on the car, and they had to get it out.
I have heard of them where a tree growed up in the center of them.
Center of the car.
Yeah.
And then you gotta.
This work.
First of all, you gotta cut the tree down, and then you gotta do all the work repairing it and doing it again.
We probably put over $300,000 on this car since I built it.
Now, where y'all from?
Powder Springs, Georgia.
Powder Springs, Georgia. Where's that at?
That's about 20 miles north of Atlanta, coming out this way.
So you had a pretty good ride to get here too.
About 75 miles.
That ain't fun.
Nah.
And people.
I like the froze coming over here.
And it's fun to drive it because people will look at it.
Yeah, I had the top down and I got cold and I found a towel in the back. My wife wrapped it around my arms.
Well, it gets pretty warm here during the day, but I tell you what, early in the morning, late in the evening, it's kind of nippy.
Yeah.
Don't be doing a lot of traffic.
I tell you, we've had a lot of fun with old car over the years.
It's fun to go to car shows and cruise-ins and let people look at it, because they look at it, they're going to ask you questions and everything about the car.
Yeah, I do my best answer.
Tell you what, good looking vehicle. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Well, we did it again. A couple of weeks ago, was down to Hall of Fame for the induction ceremony, and Stewart's Formal World right here on Greenbrier Road in Anniston, Alabama did it for us again. Don't we look cool? Oh, we look great in them tuxedos. Anytime you've got a prom coming up, wedding, whatever, any special event, you need tuxedos, Stewart's Formal Wear is the place to go. They're right there on Greenbrier Avenue, right behind the video store, and they've got anything you want in there. Full tuxedos, any color, they got them right there. Stop by and see Tammy today. Tell her Barry Miller sent you by. Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware in Oxford and Talladega, Alabama is your #1 location for all of your home building needs or just that special project around the house. They have items from the smallest nail to the biggest truss on top of your roof and everything in between. They can take blueprints of your new home and supply everything needed to build that home from start to finish. And the special thing about it, Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware, they deliver everything they sell. They also have all types of power tools and general tools for any type of job. So stop by one of the locations today, either Oxford or Talladega. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. If you want to go out for the eating or fine dining, you can find it right here in downtown Anniston at Classic Old Noble. The atmosphere is set for a quiet dinner for 2 or a party for 20. They have a lounging area upstairs so you can have a drink with a friend or a business associate. They also have a seating available upstairs in a nice quiet atmosphere. Classic Old Noble also caters for special events and parties for any amount of people from 2 to 20 to 200. Stop by Classic Old Noble today and tell them Barry Miller sent you by. Hey everybody, it's Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys. On behalf of Alice Martin, her husband Greg Norton, and the campaign staff of Alice Martin for probate judge at Democratic primary, she would like to thank everyone for voting for her on June the 6th. It was a great turnout in voting, and Alice received over 60% of the votes in the Democratic primary. Remember, November's coming up, and she is running for probate judge on the Democratic primary. So come back out in November and vote for Alice Martin, probate judge, Calhoun County. Next vehicle, 1949 John Deere, Jeff Adcock. Jeff, welcome to Big Boyz Toys.
Thank you, Barry.
Another tractor that's a little bit different. This is a 49, but this is the big one.
Yes, sir. That's a Model A. It's a 1949, as you said. It's about a 28 horse on the drawbar and about 38 on the belt pulley.
So they use this one for a little of everything too.
Yes, sir. Sure did. It's got a number 5 hay mower on it also that was used quite regular with a tractor like that.
And all you people in is it Calhoun County, right?
Calhoun, yes, sir.
Calhoun County. Jerry Carter sitting there. He might remember. I don't remember because it was before my time. We're gonna give you a little history on this tractor. Now, what's that lady's name? I didn't mean Jerry. No, wait a minute, let me correct that when I'm on TV. I didn't mean Jerry was older than I am. I meant he's lived in Calhoun County longer than I have. Let me correct that. Now, tell us who this tractor belonged to.
This tractor belonged to Miss Viola Heights family in White Plains, Alabama. She was, in 1959, killed 2 men that worked on her farm, chopped them up and strode them across 3 different counties.
So that was the woman you didn't want to mess with in 59.
You didn't want to mess with her, that's for sure.
That's 59. She probably ain't here now. Now, we thought we'd send her a picture of the tractor, but
she died in 2001, I believe, over at Jacksonville.
She lived longer than them 2 men.
Sure did.
Why don't she use that blade right there to do it?
No, that came from Ralph Bradley over here in Center. He gave me that. I had to take a power saw and saw the trees out of it before I could get it out. It had growed up in it. I actually used the mower, never did use the tractor. Just painted it and play with it.
How long did it take you to restore the tractor?
About a year. Me and my daddy, Virgil, did it. He's got an old Ford tractor that we done. He's also got I think he's got 8 or 9 Hudson automobiles, so we've got a little variety of everything.
And you notice, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen 3 John Deere tractors on this show. Whitney and Christine Woodard, I'm going to dedicate this show to you because they got married here a while back, and their wedding was a John Deere wedding. Yep.
Well, now we'll rent this one out for weddings if you know anybody who wants to use it.
Tell them if they want to get remarried in 25 years, you'll let them use the tractor.
That's right. We'll fix them right up. We can haul them off in a Hudson if they want to.
I think it was Whitney or Andy Warren drove his daddy's vet. Can you imagine Whitney driving the tractor and Christine standing up on the back of it with a wedding dress on?
We can put her mother-in-law seat on the back of it.
And let her ride. Anything else you got to do to it?
Oh, I think I'm going to pull the wheels back off of it this winter sometime, paint those and touch them up. It gets a few scratches on it. I can walk by one, scratch it. So I'm going to touch it up a little bit. But it's pretty much got a home, and it's about like I want it.
Well, Jeff, good-looking tractor. Ladies and gentlemen, while Jeff sitting there, I want to thank you for watching Big Boyz Toys this week. We're in Cedar Bluff, Alabama, their annual Freedom Day. They have it 4th of July weekend. If you wonder what that is, that's a helicopter, and he's taking pictures. They almost told me to be a helicopter flying around taking pictures of the car show, so that's what you'll be hearing this week and next week. A lot of cars up here. I'd estimate 300 to 400 cars, a lot of tractors, just a little bit of everything up here. So every year, the 4th of July weekend, they have the Freedom Day. You need to come up Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Barry.
Ladies and gentlemen, always remember the sponsors on this backboard. If it wasn't for these sponsors, if it wasn't for the car owners, you wouldn't watch Big Boyz Toyz each and every week wherever you watch it at. So anytime you can patronize these sponsors, patronize them. Tell them I sent you by. Tell everybody goodbye.
See y'all next week.
We'll see you next time on Big Boyz Toyz.